Hi, Sagittarius. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. I'm here to do your October 2020 tarot reading. I am using, they're so slippery, the transparent tarot. Hey, look at those. I just got them in the mail yesterday. So, I first saw these cards on Charlie's Angels Tarot. You should go check her out. She does a lot of live tea room readings at night. She'll pick cards for people. But you should go really good check her out. I went to look at her stuff. I've known her for a long time and check in on her stuff. And she had these new cards. And oh my goodness, they were so I just could feel the energy off them right through the across the world. And they really spoke to me, and so did the reading that she did that day for me. I've gotten personal readings from her before too, which I really, really like. God, she reads the crystal ball and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so go check out Charlie's Angel Tarot. Um, so yes, I'm using these transparent cards. Some of the pictures are different, so every once in a while I gotta look in the book and see what card it is, because I honestly can't tell from the picture. They're so different. But I don't have to read from the book or anything like that. I have a really strong, good energy with these. Oh my goodness. You're gonna love them too. What do you say? So let's get your vibe in there, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. October 2020. I see remnants of September in you, you know? I still see remnants of September in you, Sagittarius. Okay. I also want to tell you that this ad-free video is brought to you by the sign of Libra. Libra is sending in their $25 contribution to the channel, the once a year payment, and so that they can watch their videos, any videos, ad-free. They only have to pay for their own. All signs just only pay for their 25 readings a year. So thank you so much, Libra, and happy birthday to those cross watchers. All right, Saggy. What do we have here? Okay, hold on. Let me cut them because I'll forget. You know me. Oops. They're hard to get sometimes. Okay, put those there and those there. These cards are so cool. Wait till you see. Okay. So, first of all, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is about making your mark in the world, making your mark in your field, you've been thinking about something for a while. You've had something, this could have been on the back burner a long time, like something you've always considered doing kind of thing, but now you're going to put the energy into it. You're going to put some real effort into it and start to make your mark. Okay. This is underlying energy here. It's not even like the body yet. Then you have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is about sharing. You know, it's about karma, really. Giving and receiving. You may need help at this time. You might need the contributions of others to get by. Or you could be helping another that is in need, Sagittarius. Either way, it will come around whether you're the giver or the receiver. This is karmic energy that is going to come around, okay? Oh, I'm going to turn them that way. You know, also when you put these two together, which I'm going to do with all of them, it builds a story. See, this is the thing I love about these cards. It builds a story. So you started with three, and now there are six. Okay, it's doubled your from what you're putting into it. It's already doubling. Okay. Um, then you have this is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is sometimes a message that comes in. You receive communication. You could get an offer to do something involving communication, you know, and but something that you might feel that you're a novice at, you know, because the page is a novice. They don't have a lot of experience in this area. So it could be doing something, the body of it is the experience you have, but how you're delivering it, you know, or how you're doing the job is very different. Perhaps you were a hands on person, you built it, and now you do it on a computer. It's very different, you know. So, this is why you feel like a novice. And also, it is a bit a novice at communication. And communication, there's a lot of things in communication. It's not just talking, it's not just listening. There's body language, there's gestures, there's all kinds of different things in communication. And this is really um, learning a new way to communicate, taking a negative possible communication form and making it more positive, more factual, more um because you don't I don't feel like feel like you're getting anywhere with how you were communicating. Okay, so this is a new way. Also, it could be a message coming in, from an air sign, could be someone younger, um Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Yeah, so you know, now see how this is on here. See, I feel like you have something really worth um uh what's my word? Like taking it forward, taking it something. You've got something here that's worth expansion and further development. But the communication is off somehow. You're either participating in gossip, listening to gossip, or listening too much to the views of others, you know, or relying on that. You need to go forward. You know, you need to move forward with with because maybe this is one of the things you're working on now is your communication. You know what I mean? And then the last card in your underlying energy, these are your jumpers. Also, your jumpers form a nine. So 9 days, 9 weeks. Okay. That's also happening right now. And then here, the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Look at all the growth coming out from this. Okay, so the pentacles are about your stability and your security, but it's also about your health, you know, healing, um, um, being, you know, healthy, not just what you eat, but what you breathe, what your environment, everything, your state of mind, all that. So, and that's physical health as well. So this is a new leaf, I feel. This is a new leaf for you, Sagittarius. And I think you are I think you're on a journey to success, for one thing. This ace is a new opportunity. Could be a new job. You could get an offer coming to you, okay? And I think that, if we look at this right here, okay, I think the offer involves communication and speech. It involves sharing, giving and receiving, and it involves believing in what you have to offer. Okay? But this gift, this offer coming to you, you may have to it's something to do with communicating. So you could be um like doing teaching. You could be teaching because this is passing down, right? You could be passing down the knowledge. You could be passing down the teachings. You are, but this is new for you. Like you may be doing it in a way now, in a type of way, but this is a whole new way. Like I said, that's why you kind of feel like a novice at this. You could be starting a podcast. You could be starting a YouTube channel. You could be speaking in public to people younger than you, the youth, the next generation. Um, but it's about the growth of all. This is going to help everybody, lots of people. It's got like look at the size of this coin. It's huge. So much potential. Okay. Um, I gotta tell you, I think it might be in the healing craft too, uh, possibly. Okay, because I said that pentacles are about healing as well, and when are when we are well, we come from a much stable and secure position to pass down what we know, what we've learned, what to help others. It's not, generosity is not just money, it's time, energy, you know, what you're passing on. Okay. Oh, I'm getting itchy. My nose is terribly itchy. Ah. So the spirits are really around talking to me. I can feel them. They wanted me to get things out here, and I will. So in your past, hmm, the Hanged One. Okay. The Hanged One is about sacrifice, needing to give something up. It sometimes is a belief or something, that we were raised to believe or to value, an ethic perhaps. But it's no longer feasible, functional, practical, of use right now for you. So, in order to move forward, you need to um, sacrifice something, give it up. You know, in this one, I kind of see it like a beehive in a way, right? And so sometimes the old hive has to be given up for new one of safety, or the old has to make way for the new growth. How can there be any new growth when we're dragging along these old ideals that don't work in this world, community, house, whatever, and we're holding tightly to them? But you don't really need it anymore, is what it's saying. You don't need it anymore. It's holding you back. And it's why you're stuck. You can't move forward because you're holding on to it. Um I get the feeling it may not even be your belief. It's what was put on you. What was given to you that I don't even think it belongs to you, because if you ask me, this is trying to detach from the old branch. You know, it's trying. This is an old dead leaf. It's but it keeps on spinning the same old, you know, thing, the same old broken record kind of thing. You know what I mean? And you need to move forward. It's a limiting belief. It's limiting. Okay? Then you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is could be a male or female person around you. They could be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, an air sign, and they're really wanting to expand their mind. See here, they have it on their that tattoo, that spiral. It's outward growth, okay? And it's through communication, it's through mental efforts, it's through facts, it's through um, communication, like speaking and listening, and considering other ideas, considering them, okay? Now, when we look at the knight and the hanged one here, you know, like I said, I don't even think this is really your beliefs. I think it was spoken to you. It was put in your head. It was, and you are just waiting to expand here. The night is quick energy, really fast communication. Something could come in very quickly. Um, it's usually to solve something, the night. It needs to be spoken. You need to listen. This, it's still attached in his head. See, at the very back of his head, it still occupies your mind, your gives you tension. It holds you back still, okay? And I like that it isn't deep down in here, seated right in here, it's up here. It's still attached, but it's up here. You're in the midst of discarding it, but it could have to do with communication. Here it does as well. Communicating messages. This is messages and communicating them on a big level. Um, that is, I get the feeling almost it's time to give back. It's time to give back. Okay, passing down the teachings. There's something. There's some sort of limiting belief you have that's holding you back completely from um, what you're meant to do. I gotta tell you, I feel like you made a vow to yourself somewhere, along the way, to withhold this ideal, an ideal or something. I also feel like something could have been placed on your shoulders that never belonged to you in the first place, and you're still holding it, kind of. I think you've gotten rid of a lot of it, but there's still some hanging on. All right, and the last card in your past is the Seven of Swords. This is trying to get away with something, okay? There could be someone around you that is trying to get away with something. They're sneaking away. They're trying to sneak away with all the swords. Usually this is in the night, under disguise, even maybe. They're trying to disguise themselves so they can get the information, the hear the facts, find out how you're doing, what you're doing. Um, they're going to leave a trail. I'm going to tell you, they're going to leave a trail. So you're going to know it's going to lead back to them. And, part of what this is that's hard to let go of is someone stealing what belongs to you. And I'm not talking about your iPod or your car. I'm talking about your worth, your this limiting belief, you know. Someone stole all the trying to steal all the good stuff and leave you with the shit, basically. And so as long as you're willing to accept it, you will own it. It's you have to not limit yourself. Um we also, it's about being an imposter as well. Not you, Sagittarius. Someone else is an imposter, I think. There's also a bit of fear that of trust, of having trust in people to be there for you, but or that they're going to take, they're going to try and take from you. How can I trust people? They're going to try and take from me. But um I get the feeling you made a vow to yourself somewhere along the way that you were, not going to let this drive you. You are not going to let these beliefs, these um, drive you where you go, who you become, and there are some crumbs left behind here, I can tell you. There's still some crumbs here that you need to deal with a little bit before I think that you're really ready to move forward as the champion. But I think it's things that were put in your head or spoken to you or repeated to you or wanted you to be limited. That it is to limit you on purpose, trying to limit you. Okay? And it's what you got to break through, you know? It's what you got to break through. I tell you, when the feelings coming out of these cards in your present, you have the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Swords. I gotta tell you right away, this Eight of Swords jumps out at me. Okay? And the Eight of Swords very much is the imposter. And it is ourselves. And we think we're pretty coy. We think we're pretty good because we've gotten away with it. We are presenting ourselves as totally together. I'm a together woman. I am smart. I am creative. I am, you know, um, spiritual and just wise and all these great things, right? But inside, you don't believe it. You don't believe your own act. You don't believe your own words, your own speech. I got to tell you, they're true. They are true, Sagittarius. You are all those things, but you don't happen to believe them. You are the great imposter, aren't you? And this is what that is, you let people um let me rephrase that. You have let the opinions of others define you. Okay? And this could have started way back. Way back, old wounds, okay? Old wounds. And um and you never quite got rid of them totally. They're still in the back of your mind. They're still there, attached, a belief, uh, um, uh, something like that, where it limits you from completely believing in yourself, completely feeling that you are everything you are. There's no doubting it. Everybody tells you all the time. And you're like, oh, thank you. That's so nice. And you're being this gracious person. Um, but you don't believe your own speech, your own act, you know? And I really think that you need to. You need to. I'm going to tell you right now, one of the things that really helps you build your self esteem back up are affirmations. Affirmations do wonders. And, so if you're thinking, if you, what an affirmation is, you write down what you want to believe about yourself. And I can tell you, I'm Sagittarius. And this card speaks volumes to me because here I am on YouTube and I'm saying these great messages and having all this great advice. But if you looked at my life, it's a mess. It's a mess. But I'm pulling it off, aren't I? I put on the right clothes and put my hair up and some jewelry and I clean up my room and you know, I got a great act going on here that I got it all figured out. But we don't, do we? We don't. We're working on it. We got two more swords to go. It ain't done. It ain't over, honey. It's okay. So, then you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is that self love, is affirmations. And so, if I were to write an affirmation for myself, I'd have to think about it. But to give you an example, if you don't feel attractive, then your affirmation needs to say, I am beautiful. And then every time you write it down on a piece of paper and you put it beside your TV or in your bathroom on the mirror or some places where you're standing for a minute or two. And whenever you see it, you say it out loud. And it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel weird. You're going to feel dumb. I am beautiful. You're not going to believe it at first. It takes a while. It took years to get these messages in and to stick, right? Years. So it's going to take a little while to unstick them. And that is self love. That is an outpouring of love for yourself and others, for life itself, for life around you. It's a completely overflowing. And you're going to say nice things to you. You're going to speak kindly of yourself. And you're going to be gentle with yourself. You're going to love yourself. I want you to meet your new best friend. You. I once told people, because I had family come to me, knock on my door all the time and need to talk or work things out. And when I was a real mess when I went through my breakup with my ex about 3 years ago. And I said, I cannot be there for you. I need me right now. I really need me right now. So, that is self-love. That was me giving myself time and stuff like that. And this is what you need to give yourself. Some self-love. Say some nice things. Give yourself some credit, you know? Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. All right? And hold on, hold on. The Ace of Cups is also new love. Okay? It could be the brand new beginning of a new relationship. So this could be a new friendship, or a new love. Love enters your life, an overflowing abundance of feeling. And I think you're going to receive it as much as you're going to give it. It's just like, look at all the rays of light coming out of here, and they make you feel warm and good, appreciated, cherished. you know some of this you're going to give to yourself, but also someone else wants to give it to you. So then you have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is about moving on. You've learned a lot here. And some of these things you're leaving behind you. I only really need this one. I understand. I have a complete understanding of this now, and I don't want to participate in that anymore. And getting in the boat and moving on to something more simple. It's more simple. It's not complicated like that. And that's what you're not interested in, is all the complications, the bullshit, the the um the games, you know. I don't think you wanna have an act anymore either of, Mr. or Mrs. Incredible. I'm not incredible. I'm normal. I'm normal. And it's shedding, a couple of layers. And I think it's of who you thought you needed to be, you know. Um, when you see the Eight of Swords and the cup over top, you can see there's wounds, old wounds, and tears, possibly lots of tears. They're healing, very healing. But you are like, these are slowly sinking down into the water. It's just, you know, um, I think you radiate love too, to tell you the truth. I think you radiate it out your soul, out your very pores. And you could be the wounded healer yourself, but you're going to love yourself a lot right now. A lot. And immerse yourself in um, care. Now look at that. Her boat is riding is sailing, is moving over the cup of love, the healing, and the radiance coming out of there, all these swords to me, they look like gravestones. They look like tombs, you know, old shit, old shit. And moving on by, you're even leaving this person that um that uh that act, that imposter behind. You're leaving that imposter behind, and all of those tombs that they were held I was just so attached to, anchored to. You know, they were anchors. All of these were anchors, and now it's not. It's just riding right on over top of all that. Okay. I'm almost gonna cry. It's so nice. Oh my God. It feels so good for you, Sagittarius. It's really what you needed, you know. Um, I think that I think things were put on you in the beginning that weren't yours. And after a while, you just took them on yourself. Nobody even needed to put it on you. You just took it. Oh, okay. I'll just take the blame for that. And I got big shoulders. Don't worry about it. And you're, putting on this act that you're strong and I can handle anything. You're not going to take me down, But you were taking yourself down by just just taking it yourself. You were so conditioned, for some of you to do it, right? Whew, that's just like strong. Okay, in the future you have the Ten of Pentacles. That's I'm so happy to see that. Wow. Um, I think this is the Magician. I gotta look, you know. The pictures are all different. It's hard to tell. Uh, here we are. Um, no, it's not. Oh, it's the High Priestess. Boom, boom. The High Priestess. Okay. So, okay, the High Priestess. All right. And then the Four of Wands. Oh, okay. I can't wait to see. Okay, so, I see a similarity here, right now. Okay, so here was the underlying energy, okay? You have something to pass down. You are being generous with your time, your energy, your knowledge, your um, you're trying to help, and perhaps you're receiving this help or you're giving it one way or the other. It's karmic. It's going to keep going around. Okay, I'm going to tell you, it's going to keep going around here, and um, I see it here too. It's passing down. There's something here that you're working on, that you're building, that you're going to be able to pass down um past your lifetime. And oops. This is feeling like secure, stable. It is the 10, so it's completion. There's something that you've been working on for a long time that comes to some sort of completion. Like for perhaps if you were doing a job that was a 3-month job, and then now it's come to completion. The woman's come back from maternity leave or whatever, so you've completed it. You completed that task, and now you're ready for something new. You're at the 10. You could I'm wondering if it's this Ace of Pentacles here, you know, this Ace of Pentacles. Also with the 10, you learn a lot of the lessons of the Pentacles. And some of it is about security and stability, but some of it is also about healing. Healing and knowing who you are, knowing your responsibilities at each stage of your evolution, you know, and ready for it because you're good to go. You've done work on yourself, you know. So it's developed. It's developed. Then you have the High Priestess. I also want you to notice that the 10 of Pentacles is also the 1. And then the High Priestess is the 2. It's the 2. So, here in the High Priest, it shows the book of knowledge, having a lot of knowledge, a lot of teachings, but it's timing, right? And instinct. There's something to be said for instinct. And I just want to see how that looks there. Sometimes I hold my hand up and look at how it looks when you're putting it up against your hand. Um, it's instinct, your intuition, right? I think that there's something in your intuition. You got to really trust it right now, okay? Um, at near the end of the month, I would say. What do we got here? Well, from the middle of the month and on. All right, maybe around the new moon. Okay, around the new moon. Your instinct, your spidey senses are going to be tingling. Okay, and there's an opportunity. There's something. It's all about timing, though. Okay, it's all about timing. And it's the right time to go in and do it, to walk away, to start the new thing. And I think you're going to be at the right place at the right time, is what I really get a feeling about Sagittarius. And Jupiter is direct now, right? So it's your time of luck. Luck is on your side. And I think you're going to be at the right time, at the right, for the right opportunity. I also think that you're starting a new foundation, a new partnership, perhaps, working together to be more stable. This is happy home too, Um, this could be what you were trying to build, the stability, this new foundation. Um, I think your instincts are really strong around the new moon. Um, you may have an opportunity. I also get the feeling you could be get an opportunity to go somewhere, like to not travel. I don't mean travel. I mean you might be invited to go and speak or go and tell your story, hand down a teaching. Um, you know, I don't know. It could really have something to do with the feminine too, as well. The feminine. Um, I also think you really feel stable where you are right now. You feel stable. I think it's probably good for you spiritually where you are or where you're going to be. You could be moving into a new place or finding um I think maybe even finding work. Something to do with spirituality, all the knowledge you contain. Um It's working together. See, this guy before, he was handing down knowledge to the youngster, and now they're even. Now they stand on the same ground. They stand looking each other eye to eye, right? Because they both have something to offer the other. You know, there's, um, we teach and we learn. You can ask any teacher, and she'll tell you the kids, the students, teach her as much as she teaches them, and it's an even exchange. in any relationship, it is an exchange. I think in some ways you may get security, stability, a sense of completion from someone, and they get uh, this your you know what I think? I got to tell you right now, I think you're going to have a place to go and practice. You might even be getting, starting to learn something new in the spiritual arts, exploring some of that. It could be Taoism. It could be, you know, a spirituality. It could be to do with the pagan or Wiccan practices, or it could be just really more in tune with the planets, like the planets in the solar system and how they affect you, and being very knowledged and instinctual and working with everything that's working around you. You are moving with it, not against it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think you're combining some things, and I think you may even be offered a place to do it, a place to practice your skill, to teach your skill, to share, or something like that. I don't know. It's either at home where you're doing it, or it's in collaboration somehow, because this is teamwork. Both of these cards suggest team, you know, giving, receiving is a team. It's a team. Wow. Really, really interesting. Um, what I want you to let go is of as what has been taken from you. Let go of that. It's gone. It's been gone for a long time. And this is part of what you need to let go of is what has been taken from you. Okay? Um let the love pour out right on all over the sea of tears. Take a take a set sail and leave behind all those tombs, those old, that all stuff. You know what you mean, you know who you are, right? And also a lot of self love. I really want you to be saying, forgiving yourself and being kind to yourself and congratulating yourself. I'm gonna do a timeline, and I really want to share with you how rewarding it is, because it was one of the first times I recognized not just um my accomplishment like a badge or a job, but things that I've lived through, and I came out on top, you know. And so it's a time to really appreciate yourself, you know. um like if I thought, geez, if they ever did a documentary of me, what would they say? What would my documentary say? And so you need to ask yourself that. People have been trying to steal and have been successful at stealing credit, stealing what was supposed to come to you or belong to you, stealing perhaps information, or whatever, and left you with the shit here. And so how would that be explained in a documentary about you? you know you'd want it to say you came out on top despite efforts to slow you down, to stop you from shining, to stop you from shining. There's a lot of effort's been put in here to stop your glow, to stop your sparkle, you know. Lots of effort's been put in here, but you're riding right over it. Sometimes they do hold you back. Sometimes. But that is a self-limiting belief that you're about to shed that. You're not going to let that. You're not going to let that define who you are anymore. Anymore. October is the month where you are going to release a lot of this stuff. A lot of those old beliefs, they belonged. There's certain traditions we want to carry on. There's certain traditions we don't. I know when I had my kid, I thought, oh, I'm never doing that with them. And nobody's ever going to be touching my kid. And I had all these ideas of how I was going to do a better job. I was going to do different. My kid was going to have to live through this and live through that, right? And um, and so we're always trying to create something better when we get the chance to refine it a little bit better. And this time it's in you, what, because we don't do a perfect job. We don't. But we get better and better. We get better and better, And so that's what you're doing here. Like I said, I get the feeling you could be going into some sort of training, learning something. It could be even more about the planets and all that. You could be learning about more nature or medicines, something to do with the priesthood, you know, healing, um, helping, um, divine timing. And priesthood or priestesshood is, it's, if you think of Gandalf, he was the ultimate one. And it wasn't really about his magic, it was more about his guidance and his knowledge and what he's seen, the lessons, and the guidance, right? And so the priestess is here to guide. Trust your instincts, you know that your instincts are your inner guide, your inner guide. So anyway, 52, 53 minutes. Oh my goodness, I did not mean to go on this long. But these cards are really, oh, I don't know, they speak to me. I feel so much with them, and I have to say it all. I just do. Um, I want to share a couple of quotes with you that were shared by friends of mine. And I was like, wow, they really speak to me. I want to share them online. And the one is, oh, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you think about that, um, the 5 people you spend the most time with, you are the sum of them. You carry a little bit of them in you. They influence you, obviously. So you have to think about who you're going to surround yourself with, because if there's one person you don't like their attitude, you might be carrying some of that yourself now. So, but we can't just blame other people. We always have a choice. And then where's my other little thing here? Oh, here it is. So, with all this hostility and everything going on, I wanted to share this. This is a quote by Longfellow. If Carmela, shh, stop. Carmela, if we could read the secret history of our enemies. We should find in each person's life sorrow and suffering enough to disarm all hostility. So we need to remember that in each person, they have suffered also. They have had sorrow in their lives. And sometimes a hostility, it comes out at hostility. It masks itself as hostility, but it could be suffering and sorrow. It shows itself as anger, as aggression. And I just want you to remember that no matter how a person seems, looks, presents themselves, that great act we're pulling off, there's probably suffering and sorrow behind that. All of us carry that. So I just thought it was really meaningful in this time that we're in. Okay. So if you like this ad-free video brought to you by Libra this month, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me a lot. Also, please comment. I want to know what you think of these cards, the message in them, the whole kit and caboodle. It's so darn interesting. So, anyway, talk to you soon, Sagittarius. Thank you. Oh, I also want to say the very last thing is I wanted to put a shout out to the I've had 3 contributions from Sagittarius already for their month, even though their month is in not for another month, month and a half almost. But I wanted to give a shout out and say thank you so much. I received a contribution from South Africa, from here in Ontario, from Florida. I've also received contribution from a Libra in California and in the UK. So thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and it really shows me that you appreciate what I'm doing. So thank you again. Talk to you soon. Bye now.